Hey Shan and Owen, Boris back again in the kitchen studio. Today we're going to have a look at how to use natural light in landscape photography. One thing I've talked about in the past, probably a bit too much, is a thing called golden hour, which confusingly is only about 20 minutes long. This is the time of day about sunrise or sunset where we get that lovely low light and we get all kinds of fantastic optical effects through the camera because the light we've got is really soft, wraparound, golden, and it tends to get some really incredible results. So we're going to have a look today about how you can harness natural light and really enhance your landscape pictures. The first thing you need to be able to do is kind of calculate where the sun's going to be and what time it goes up and down. So you can look on the internet or just literally a simple search on your phone, or you can use weather apps as well to find out when sunrise and sunset is going to be. Now if you're going to go for sunrise, that takes some serious commitment this time of year. It's probably going to be about 4:30 in the morning. Then sunset is probably going to be about more 7, half 7, but you want to pinpoint what time that's going to be. Now from my personal experience, I'd say you want to set your camera up and get ready about half an hour before sunset or sunrise, because you want to make sure that when that amazing light happens and golden hour happens, you want to be there and you want to be ready. These are some pictures that I've taken in the last few years at sunrise and sunset. As you can see, you get a slightly different quality of light in the morning as opposed to the light that you get in the evening. So if you do work extra hard, the sunrise can be really effective. Now one thing you can use as well is you can use iPhone apps to kind of pinpoint where the sun is going to be, because it looks really nice if you can use the setting sun in your framing. This picture is an example by a photographer friend of mine in Scotland, and as you can see, he's put the sun so that it's actually going down in the arches of the railway bridge, which is a really awesome technique. So why would we do this? Well, a couple of reasons. Obviously landscape photography looks really stunning. You get amazing colors, amazing light through using golden hour effectively. The other thing it's really great for is doing things like portrait photography, particularly if you're looking at doing a lot of weddings. It's really incredible to do bride and groom shots in golden hour. These are some examples of shots I've taken at golden hour in the past, doing bride and groom shots, and as you can see, you get some really stunning results. And now, bonus activity time. So that's my best game show presenter voice. You can see why I'm not in front of the camera very much. What we're going to look at now is doing time lapses. These are some of my favorite things to do, and I've used this technique a lot in video. It can be a really fantastic way of starting off a video to get a time lapse at the start of the day. Now there is various ways in which you can use a thing called an intervalometer in photography, which is basically a remote trigger, and what it does is it programs your camera to take pictures at different intervals, hence intervalometer. So you can get intervalometers that you can plug in, and you can also now, some of the latest Canon cameras, Panasonic and Sony cameras have apps where you can actually program your camera to work at a certain interval. But don't worry, if you don't have a plug-in intervalometer or a camera with a built-in intervalometer, we do all have something that you can create time lapses on, which is a tablet or a phone. Most phones now will have a built-in time-lapse function built into them. So we're going to have a look now about how you can use your iPhone to create awesome time lapses. The first thing you need to do is open your iPhone camera app and scroll down to the time lapse function. Actually, I'm fibbing. The first thing you need to do is go into settings, and you want to turn your notifications off, and you want to put your phone or your iPad into airplane mode. This stops notifications coming in that could interrupt the time lapse and stop you recording. You basically want uninterrupted recording. But the next thing you want to do is touch your screen, and you want to do the AEAF lock, and this will lock your camera's settings. What this does is it stops the camera automatically changing your settings. For example, if you've got something like the sun rising from the background, your iPhone might start to change the exposure of the camera automatically. You don't want it to do this, you want to see those changes. So locking your camera settings will mean that it stays at the same exposure. It'll also stop your iPhone doing what they call focus hunting, which is where it will try and refocus the camera automatically. You want to lock the focus, so that's what we're doing there. Now, one of the most important things when you're shooting a time lapse is to keep the camera steady. And usually we'd do this using a tripod. So if you're lucky enough to have a tripod at home, or something like a Gorilla Pod, if you don't have a tripod, or if like me, you're constantly forgetting your tripod, there's lots of DIY solutions that you can do that are either free or very cheap. You can use things like placing your iPhone on a windowsill. If you do that, you might want to use some gaffer tape to hold it securely in place because you don't want your phone to fall off. Or just attach it using tape to any sort of stationary object, really. Hope that's okay, Shannon and Erin. I hope you really enjoy the activities. If there's anything you want to cover specifically, just let me know and we can do a special video just for the things that you're interested in. Or equally, you can just reply to make fun of my presenting and how bad it is. Really miss teaching you guys, but I'm really glad we can stay in touch like this, and I'm looking really forward to seeing your photos. See you guys, take care. Today we're going to have a look at how to use natural light in landscape photography. Cue the music. Yeah. Can I get a B-O-J-O? Bojo Mojo.